Hi, my name is Chris, aka The Philosopher's Games, or TPhGames as my little games channel here is called, and today I want to talk about the new Cyberpunk 2077 patch 2.11, which added an interesting feature to the game. It is called CrystalCoat, and it allows you to change the vehicle paint color of your Rayfield cars, but only the Guinevere and the normal Caliburn. The black special Caliburn you can also get. There the feature is deactivated, which I find is an interesting detail on this, because it is this secret Batman reference Easter egg car that is potentially modified. You even get a little message explaining that something is wrong in the operating system of the car. To open the CrystalCoat menu, if you play on PC, you have to hold the Y key. I'm using a German keyboard, so for me it's Y. If you use an English keyboard, you have to keep in mind that versus a German keyboard, Y and Z are switched, so maybe it's a Z key for you. You have to hold it for like 2 seconds for it to open, and if your car's heavily damaged, it won't work. On my controller, it is digital pad left. Also hold it for like 1 or 2 seconds and then it should open. I assume it's the same on PlayStation and Xbox. As far as I'm aware, you can't change the key binding for it because it's not in the key bindings menu. Maybe there will be a mod or something for it that allows you to do that. I'm really positively surprised that the developers added a feature like this in a mainly bug fix patch for free for everyone. And the current patch also fixes the not working melee finishes, in case you wonder. So that is fixed, plus tons of other bug fixes. What surprises me most about this CrystalCoat feature is that it is a really sophisticated feature. It has its own little UI thing, even though it can be a bit fiddly at times, and you can change to every color basically you want. You can change the brightness of the colors, and you can change 2 colors. Further, if you, for example, drive against, a concrete wall and your car takes too much damage, the feature is deactivated. Also, if somebody shoots at your car, you notice this little honeycomb pattern appearing on your car. Further, when you do the transformation, you lose control of your car for a moment, and then also you have this cool, I would call it a warp field around your car. Looks pretty nice. Oh, of course, you can change the color while driving. Further, there is another interesting detail. I'm not 100% sure if it's really true, but it seems like it. If you have a wanted level, so the police is after you, and you get a little bit out of sight of the police, and you change the color by quite a bit, so I think it is programmed in a way that you have to reach a certain difference between your current color value and the target color value. And then it seems you lose your wanted level faster. So the time it takes for the wanted stars to blink is suddenly much shorter. That at least indicated my testing. You still have to keep out of sight of the police, because if they see you, it is resetted again. It's not like they don't recognize you anymore. But it seems you get out of the wanted level much faster than when you don't change the color of your car, which is a pretty cool feature. There was like a modder on Reddit that hinted at there were certain new lines of code that indicate that this is the case. So shoutouts to that guy. Pokehead was his name. What further indicates that this is an intended feature is that when you are close to the police while the police hunts you, you can't access the menu for the CrystalCoat anymore, and it says action blocked. Speaking of modding, it's of course a bit unfortunate that this cool feature only works on basically 2 cars in the game. Though to be fair, it works with every Guinevere you can find or steal in the game, and also all the Caliburns except the one I mentioned earlier. So it's not only limited to player cars. I now tried to make this feature available to other cars with a little bit messing around in TweakDB using Cyber Engine tweaks, and I was able to also activate it for the Outlaw, for example. I could have also used another car, but that was my test car. And when I access the menu then there and change the color, what it does is it randomly switches the skin of the Outlaw. So of course the Outlaw exists in different variations. It's just basically a skin, and you can switch through it using this feature. So it does at least something, but I can't really define I want a red Outlaw and I get a red Outlaw of it. It could also be green, even though I set it to red. So it doesn't really work well. I would say if you're on PC, use Vehicle Customizer to switch through this, or even the appearance menu mod that works much better in comparison. Interestingly, also this cool transition effect is not showing up if you mod it like this. So I hope some actual good modders find a way to implement this also for other cars in the game, and maybe CD Projekt themselves will add this later if they might add another patch to the game. It would surprise me, to be honest, but how they phrased it in the patch notes, it kind of sounds like, yeah, maybe we expand this feature at some point. That would be pretty cool, to be honest. Further, if you have the bug that the bumper of your car is not changing color, there's also a mod for that already out that fixes this. I'll link it in the description. Also, in case you wonder if mods are currently working again with version 2.11, it seems yes, the base mods are all updated, and I encountered very few problems with mods so far, and I use a lot of mods in my game. So yeah, you can use mods on 2.11 again, should work. Also, another bug fix besides the big one, the melee finisher fix. They also fixed the neon lit rims of the Kusanagi motorcycle. It didn't work in patch 2.1 for whatever reason. Now it works again. I think overall we got a pretty cool patch with 2.11, and I also hope you found this video interesting. If so, feel free to press the like button, maybe leave a comment and tell me what you think about 2.11 and especially the CrystalCoat feature. Also, if you in any case also like Elden Ring, maybe check my last video where I try to share what I learned fighting Melania, the in my opinion hardest boss in Elden Ring, on a level 1 character. I can tell you that was a long grind to beat her that way, but I learned a lot, and maybe for people who struggle with her or want to understand the boss fight a little bit better, this might be helpful. So maybe check that out as well. Also, let me know if you want more Cyberpunk content here on this channel. I still plan to do an additional mod showcase, showcasing some of the other mods. Also, my modding list, which mods I use, is still updated, and you find it also linked in the description. In this context, also huge shoutouts to the modding community for your hard work, and also shoutouts to my supporters on all my channels. Thank you for that. And I would say, see you people next time. Goodbye.